Okay, today we're talking about the sugya of Talmud Torah. The thing I wanted to talk to you today is about the inyan of Bitul Torah. The Gra brings in Mishlei that the greatest mitzvah we have is Talmud Torah, right? Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam. So since it's the biggest mitzvah, the biggest Yetzer Hara is to be Mevatel Torah. That's why Reb Chaim Shmulevitz used to say a masmin is not necessarily somebody that doesn't sleep at night, but somebody that learns 60 minutes out of the hour of Seder, that's a real masmin. Because even if the whole day you're in the base midrash, but the whole time you're schmoozing and getting a coffee, that's not a real base. So Chacham ben Zion Abba Shaul in his Sefer, the great Sephardic Rosh Yeshiva of Purat Yosef, says, based on the Gra, that the Gra in Mishlei, Perek Aleph, says that the biggest Yetzer Hara, especially for Talmidei Chachamim, is to do Litzanus and Dvarim Betelim. Because since they're Zelu Maser, right? Since the greatest Madrega they could get to is to learn, which is Hefech HaTorah. So he says, I just saw this in the Shulchan Aruch Harav. It says that, the Gemara in Chagiga says Hashem was mevater on Gilui Arayos Shvichas Tamim and Avodah Zarah, but he wasn't mevater on Bitul Torah. That's why it says that Al Ma'av Da'aretz Al Azam Es Terasi. It says that why did Hashem destroy the Beis HaMikdash? Because they left the Torah. They were mevatel Torah. So he says that the Sifri brings down this idea that Keshem Shetalmud Torah Keneged Kulam Bitul Torah Keneged Kulam. So just like the biggest mitzvah is to learn Torah, the biggest avera is to mevatel Torah. Why? Because our life is limited by our time. When you kill time, it's like a type of mini suicide. So in the Memches Kinyanim, and we'll finish off with this, Reb Chaim Volozhiner brings a beautiful idea. He says that the 7th and 8th midah of the 48 Kinyanim to be kind of the Torah is what? We have to learn the Torah be'ema v'yira. So Reb Chaim Volozhiner says such a beautiful lashon here in Ruach Chaim. He says, Ki ech lo yachsenu chayil v'reda be'eloi libo sha'afilu ha'kohen gadol lo yeh rishus le'konas lifnei v'lifnim kodesh kodesh rak v'yom kippurim. It says, when one comes to learn, we're coming into somewhere that, because it says Yakarahim Pninim. Even the Kohen Gadol had the honor and the noble zechus to go inside the Bet HaMikdash only one time in a year. So he says this should make us so scared and tremble. Why? Machmas Shaham, because where's the Ikar Hashras HaShechina now? It says Ein lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu ba'ilama ela daled amit shel halacha bilvad. Not that there's no Beis HaMikdash. Where's the Kodesh Kodashim? The Beis Medrash. So he says, Bevada yilmud b'yira v'lo yisach daita chas v'shon v'dvarim b'telim. It says now, what happens is that it's a Gemara there in the end of Harius, that who's more important to Klal Yisrael, a Kohen Gadol Am Haaretz or a Talmid Chacham? It says a Talmid Chacham that's a mamzer takes precedence over who? A Kohen Gadol, that's because it says Yakar Mipninin. He's the most precious thing at Talmid Chacham. Doesn't matter that he's a mamzer, he's a bastard. But he says now you that are coming inside to learn Torah, you're more precious than that Kohen Gadol, and you're coming to the place where there's the Ikar Shechina is. So it says, just like the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur, we just learned Masechtas Yuma in Daf Hayom. He has to be very clear what he's doing. So too, one has to realize that he is something more precious than Kohen Gadol, because the whole Shechina right now is in the Beis Medrash. So therefore, his learning should not be a learning of 5 minutes he's on, 5 minutes he's off, he schmoozes, he goes here, he goes there, but he's where the Shekhinah is, and he should do it with the utmost fear and reverence and seriousness. And Hashem should help us. It's Elul. That's the chizuk that we needed, and that's the chizuk we should get. Amen.